Hello, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good day sa ating lahat. And we're so glad that we're here right now to be able to share something that is very, very important in our minds. No? This is an offshoot of our seminar or webinar that we had 2 weeks ago. And a lot of our teachers were asking for this particular topic, which is very, very important during this pandemic. Okay, I'm Yam De La Cruz, by the way. I am the manager of my Messiah Publishing House. And shortly, I will introduce to you our speaker. But before that, I would like to share with you something that has caught my attention, and this is why I'd like to explain further why we're doing this webinar. All right. All right. Here we go. All right. So many times we tell ourselves, mind your body, mind yourself. But at this particular time, we are to mind our mind. I think very often people tell us na make sure that your brain or your mind is healthy. Lalo na dito sa mga teachers natin that we need to be able to take care of our mind. So this is what this sharing is all about. I like to call it the sharing, all right? So this is what we're going to share with you, our dear teachers, and even our mothers or parents that are watching right now. All right. First of all, how do you feel today? Many times we ask ourselves, are we okay? Or are we not okay? And many times we also make use of emoticons to tell us na I'm not feeling good, or I'm happy, or I'm anxious or afraid, or sometimes I'm sick. So these are very valid feelings, and these feelings are with us whether it is during the day, start of the day, or even after the day has gone. We have these feelings, and these feelings are very important to a person, all right? So God created feelings, so these are good for us. There's nothing bad about feelings, and it's okay to feel bad, to feel good, to feel happy. Sana right now everyone is happy or joyful because we all want to be happy or grateful for what we have. But let's find out also, sana lahat tayo we're happy. I'm happy to be with you. And on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the best, how do you rate your mental health right now? Diba? At this point in time, lalo na ngayon, we're starting our classes. All right? Many of us have started our schooling. And I'm sure the anxieties of our teachers, our principals are probably at the lowest. We are at almost like 2 because we're so anxious, or our anxiety levels are at a high also. No? So we don't know. And even as mothers, as parents, as even grandmothers, we are very much affected by our children going to school, by our principal talking to us and telling us what to do, what not to do. So this is just like a check on you, all right? Now, what is the state of your mental health at this particular point in time? I recently attended a webinar, and sabi doon na aking batchmate, who is a psychiatrist, we have a tsunami of mental health issues. So many mental health issues that it's like a tsunami already flowing, overflowing, and it's a great wave. And it's so hard to go through this great wave. If any of you have gone through a tsunami, well, it's not a good experience, but definitely we are in one right now. So many mental health issues, and that's the reason why we have this particular session to share with you how to deal with all of these mental health issues. And according to Glenn Close, what mental health needs is, of course, more sunlight, more candor. more unashamed conversation. All right? So we need to talk about it. Di katulad dati na we are ashamed to talk about our mental health or we just hide and say, ah, lilipas lang yan. It's all in the head, ika nga. But it's not true. We need to talk about it. More candid, unashamed, and this is the reason why we have this conversation right now. All right? So, at this point, I would like to introduce to you a friend of my Messiah Publishing House. She is, her name is Marjorie May Gomez, all right? She is a licensed counselor since 2016 and a licensed minister or a pastora, correct? All right.
Yeah.
She holds a master's degree in pastoral counseling at the Asian Theological Seminary. She is a guidance counselor of Messiah College and also was part of the faculty of the same college as well, and she has taught in other colleges. She is a member of the Philippine Guidance and Counseling Association, and she has spoken in various seminars on topics like mental health, parenting, counseling, and among others. There's so many I believe and understand. And May is happily married to Dan Gomez and has 6 wonderful children, my goodness, and 2 adorable grandchildren like myself.
Yeah.
So, grandparents kaming dalawa.
Lolas here.
Yes, lolas kami. So, welcome to speak about mental health and how to mind our mind. Mrs. May Gomez.
Hello. Yeah, thank you, Yam.
You're
I am
welcome.
privileged to be invited to take part in this attempt by Messiah Publishing House to help reach out teachers, parents, and our students as we are nearing the opening of the new normal online
Yes.
or to some modular classes, no? As an aftermath of this ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. So I hope that as we go along, we will be able to understand better what could our people be going through, particularly the students, their parents, and the teachers, of course, as well. In
Yes.
light of their mental health, are they prepared for the virtual classes coming soon? What could be done to better prepare them? Yeah.
That's right. That's very nice. Well said, May. Before we start, what is it that keeps you busy nowadays? Just to start it off, what is it that keeps you busy right now?
Of course, I am so busy with house chores, being a mommy and a wife,
Yes.
taking care of my kids. And once in a while, I borrow my grandsons. Of course, I also have my ministry to church.
Yeah.
Once a month, I preach. And of course, yung counseling, online counseling is still here.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. So most of the time, that would consume my day, you know.
Yes.
Yung counseling and the chores. Yeah. And of course, once in a while, I would have my own activities for myself. Yeah. I play ukulele just to keep me going pag stress na.
So important, no? It's so important. Our
Oo.
counselors need also counseling and rest as well.
Yeah.
Tama? All right. So
Tamang
that's good to
yes.
know. She's also busy like all of us.
Yeah.
So we can start our question, Ms. May, no? We've gathered several questions which we would like to field to you, and hopefully we can have answers. And I know that we will have answers to it. Let's start with number 1 question. Okay, based on your experience, how has this pandemic affected students' mental health now that they're away from school and soon will be attending online classes?
Okay, let me just share the screen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the question.
Okay, so yeah. So to answer this, I would like to present some responses of students to a survey I personally conducted recently. This should help us see closer the thoughts, feelings, and the mental health state of our young people. No? So for one, it says there, one student said, staying at home in months now actually took a toll on my mental health. Also, it's not helping that ever since pandemic started, I've been anxious about it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So another one said, super apektado po ni. Sobrang nakakaubos. Every day has been too much. So
Okay.
another one, it's all about surviving na lang po talaga. How bad it seemed, it's not about living anymore. Okay, so you would really see how they feel, no, and think these days, no. So there's another one. This pandemic has done a lot of damage, not only to our country but also to us, especially to me, he said, because I have to deal with my anxiety. Okay, and then there's another one. This pandemic alone has a huge impact on my mental health. Being confined po for a couple of months now without knowing when this would end made me feel so empty. It's like parang there's nothing to look forward for tomorrow. Yun po ang sabi ng isa. So this has been the feelings that are going on, no, within these students. Okay. So if we would look at their specific concerns, no. So there is this one that they miss friends, and they will miss friends, no, dahil online, and the fun school activities as well. Yeah. Another one said, he's not used to just being inside the house doing nothing. So you could assume na ang kalaban talaga nila is boredom, no? Yes, yeah. And another, as a freshie, wants to experience a normal freshie life, adjustments to be made from face-to-face to online classes. Yeah. Okay, so you could imagine yung anxiousness nila, no? Okay, and another one. Hanging out with friends was my way to redirect my attention when life overwhelms me. Okay. Mahirap that I have to put up staying here for so long and walang kasiguraduhan until when. Okay, so yung anxiety over uncertainties, no?
Yes.
And worried about skipped summer classes and when to graduate, no? Yung fear nila, kailan ba tayo matatapos? Kailan ba kami gagraduate? Okay. And then another one, knowing that classmates, teachers, friends have difficulties with digitals doesn't feel right to me po. Yan. Okay, concerned siya sa mga classmates. And pinakakalaban ko lang talaga as a teenager is yung boredom. Yan. Yun yung mga sinabi ng mga bata when I did the survey. Okay, so two greatest enemy to people's mental health these days, no? Even sa ating mga students, that when left unattended could worsen and might lead to more suffering, lost time, more problems, no? Spending for medications and professional fees of therapies and all. No? So yung depression and anxiety. Yan.
Yeah,
And
that's
in
right.
fact, meron pa rin yung problem ng suicidality, no?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's go to the next question, Miss Yan.
I have a question. What do you mean, Miss May, about freshie? What is freshie? What do you mean? Freshman.
First year in college.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Oo,
So,
kasi of course, I could understand the child na pag freshman ka, di ba, excited ka, what could be there, no? And who will be my seatmates, who will be my set of friends, yung ganyan.
Yeah.
But then, she has to go through the online class this time.
Yes.
So parang feeling niya, bakit naman unfair? They had their experience that was face-to-face, ako ganito.
Oo, parang they're missing out on something, no?
Yeah, they're missing out
Yun.
some things. Yeah.
So,
Yun yung
yung mga
concern.
yung mga students pala, I assume these are high school students that you have brought, you have made a survey, or college? These are college students?
High school and college. Yeah, high school and
So,
college.
their concerns are so much like adult concerns as well, no? Kasi like,
Oo.
they want face-to-face encounters, but then they miss their friends, they miss
Right.
going out. So,
Mm-mm.
these are the same issues that we've had. We had even
Yes,
as
actually, Miss
adults,
Yen.
right?
Yeah.
Tingin ko kasi sa kanila parang as long as they have their cell phones, as long as they have social media, they're in touch. Yung pala, they miss going out talaga.
Oo, they miss going out. I even have a counseling working na tong bata.
Yeah.
But the problem is kasi call center siya. Work from home siya ngayon, no? But then nami-miss ba niya yung during breaks ay magko-coffee with the office mates?
Yes.
Yun, doon siya kumukuha ba ng strength again to continue with the work? Oo. Na
Yes.
after the break, looking forward siya magkakape. But now, pagkatapos ng break niya, wala. Nakikita niya yung nanay niya, maingay.
Ako, mga nanay.
So, yeah. Kaya
Nakasama
stressed
pa.
out siya. Kaya
nagpa-counsel siya. So, they really need to go out of their place of imprisonment. They feel like they're in prison.
Confined in the four corners of the home.
Four corners. I can imagine that.
So
let's go to the second question. All right. So since we've seen already all of this, no, we've seen all of this effects on students. Our question number 2 is, in the same light, how has this pandemic affected the teacher's mental health? Because you are a teacher also, you're a professor and a counselor. All in one ka, no? All in one. So you're a perfect resource person. So how has this pandemic affected naman the teacher's mental health?
Yeah. So definitely, no, malaki din yung this pandemic has been taking its toll on the mental health of teachers as well.
Yes.
And I have also tried asking friends who are teachers, no, mga teachers like me. So some of the specific concerns, one is yun bang new normal routine, no, that comes with the anxiety triggers in life. So it used to be the classroom setting for the longest time that they have been teaching. Now they have to adjust, be patient with problems that will arise out of the new system, yung ganyan, to get themselves used to the changes. And while all of these are taking place, they also go through a lot in their personal lives that add to the increasing anxiety at work. Yeah. So, yung adjustment, no? Yung problem with adjusting to the new system. Very anxious sila with it. At, lalo na I heard of some that already had nag-dry run.
Yes.
And they encountered a lot of problems, no? Na, especially yung mga internet connection ng mga estudyante.
That's
and
true.
When yung signal ba would drop, it's a problem for some. Minsan yung teacher ang nawawala sa connection, no? Okay. So another issue is yung use of technology in teaching.
Yeah.
And just like us, a lot of teachers do not belong to what we call the digital natives, no?
Yes, that's right. Most of us belong to
the technologies.
Baby boomers. Baga.
Baby boomers, yeah.
Baby boomers, no?
Itong technology is still quite alien, no? That we would have to be kind to our millennial children to help us navigate and troubleshoot, diba, mga programs in our computer. So
that's true.
This is also one of the sources na anxiety ng mga teachers. No?
Yeah. So they're not digital natives. Hindi katulad
hindi sila
mga anak at mga apo, no? They're all digital natives. But is it true, Miss May? Is it true that we can, or these non-digital natives, they can still learn. They can learn
Oh,
actually.
definitely, yes.
Definitely, no?
Yeah,
However, ang alam ko dyan, mas mabagal lang ang
right.
pag-learn.
Mas
Kasi,
mabagal na, but you
yes.
could still try, no? Sabi nga ng husband ko, hindi ka pwedeng magpaiwan sa panahon, sabi
Oo,
niya.
no teacher left behind.
Yeah.
Oo, kasi no
Oo.
student left behind, no teacher should be left
No
behind
teacher
as
left
well.
behind then.
Oo, kasi nga, grabe,
Oo.
no? Ang bilis ng technology right now.
Yeah.
So what
And your
else?
children, di ba, would not
Yeah.
always be by your side, no? Minsan.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Oo,
That's true.
Really learn.
I know of somebody who's 84 years old, and she's still, she's very active
Wow.
in the on social media, and she tries her best.
yeah?
Although she's medyo mahina na, mabagal, but matyaga siya. So
Matyaga.
take note, teachers, yung mga magre-retire na, or on the age wherein you think you cannot learn, you still can learn. Tiyaga lang talaga yan. Tiyaga lang talaga.
Yes.
Tama ba tayo dyan?
Okay.
So what
So
else?
another issue that was brought up is yung how to connect and contact with learners. No?
Okay.
I believe this is regarding the need to constantly communicate with the students for anything with regards to lessons, yung ganyan, activities, requirements ng klase. The concern will be more commonly experienced with those who do not have the access to internet and those with problems with loads, diba? Magpapaload sila, minsan wala silang pang-load. So the problem will be that of disseminating information to some while not reaching others, no? So, ang hirap talaga. Unlike sa face-to-face, inside the class, di ba? Mag-disseminate ka ng information, you would understand na lahat sila narinig nila.
Narinig nila,
yeah. They got
over lang nila yung assignment or notes narinig nila.
Oo.
Ito, pwede rin sabihin sa kanila, ay, hindi ko nakuha teacher eh. Hindi ko nakuha yung assignment or hindi ko nakuha instruction. So, mahirap yun, no? Kasi magiging kasalanan ng teacher yata yung ganun. Ano kaya? That is her lookout. Lookout yan ng teacher.
Okay. So, let's look at this, no? Yung anxiety experienced by a public school teacher. Sabi niya, pandemic caused anxiety because as a teacher, every time you go out to attend to some needs, parang you feel mahahawa ka rin. No? Yeah. So there is this fear about the well-being of the self and the great task of educators being at risk when one gets sick. No? So, takot sila. But then, lalo na yun sa mga public school teachers, no, they would need to go out. Kailangan nilang, to do errands para sa preparing for the school opening.
Yes.
Yeah. Bibili sila ng supplies, magpapa-photocopy, everything.
Frontliners sila.
Frontliners din kasi sila.
Yeah.
Okay. And another one, yung challenge is paano mo tuturuan ang mga kiddos you have not even met, sabi niya. So it could be that she was anxious, believing that for teaching to be more effective, there has to be a deeper connection. No?
I know. That's true. You really, actually, you really have to meet them. Diba?
Oo, iba yun eh. Iba yung may connection talaga na na-establish. So it is easier to impart knowledge and insights and to require things from students, no, when there is an established relationship between them.
Very true.
Emotional and more so yung physical connectedness is more difficult with the current situation, having the online classes. No?
Would that be the same, Miss May, if with the student, would they feel that they need to have a physical connection or face-to-face connection with their professor or teacher so that they can learn more? Or sa student, parang okay lang yun? Sanay naman ako ng digital online. Is this challenge more for the teacher?
I think this is more for the teacher kasi some students would not be, okay lang sa kanila kung hindi sila close sa teacher, basta close sila sa classmates nila and
Ay, okay.
seatmates nila.
Oo nga.
You know?
Okay, kahit
Oo,
di ko makita ang mukha ng teacher ko, okay
oo,
lang.
oo.
Wow. Wow.
Mas gusto
Okay.
pa yata nila. But then, there would be, I believe there would be some na, yung ano ba, yung touchy type
Yes.
of personality na, you know,
Yes.
gusto niya
Yes.
may ka-close si teacher. Para,
Yes, that's right.
ganado siya mag-aral. There would be
Oo.
something.
Oo. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Right. So, meron pa siya.
Wala na, that's it.
Okay. So, affected rin pala ang mga teachers natin. So, talagang it's real. Your anxiety is so real. And these are typical examples of answers, no? Answers of teachers na from private and public school. Talagang nakaka-affect talaga nitong pandemic.
Right.
So, anxiety-driven already. So, let's ask question number 3. Okay. You, Miss May, as a teacher and counselor, what are some of the challenges you face when dealing with mental health issues of your students? Kasi I'm sure if they know that you're a counselor, I think, yeah, you're a counselor pala in Messiah College, no?
Yeah.
Diba yung mga counselor, pagka may nagtanong na student, may issue na. So, what are the challenges that you faced so far with the students?
So I had the privilege of teaching sa Messiah College, and then I was made to be the college guidance counselor. So with that experience, I had a deeper understanding of our students when they do not only talk to me about class requirements, but they come to me usually with heavy hearts, presenting problems to me, usually originating from home, also about heart problems, relationship problems, kasi mga college yung ano ko doon estudyante ko. And about poor self-perception also, madaming ganyan. Yung feeling of inadequacy, confusion about spirituality and their realities, no? And mga conflict sa faith at saka kung ano yung how do they actually behave, no? And a lot more. So, let me share to you yung mga challenges I faced when I have to deal holistically with the students. No?
Okay.
First, to be able to see students more than school requirements and grades, but real persons who are products of different home environments. No? So what do you do when a student is always absent, no? Or would not talk in class or misbehaves? No? So there has to be a deeper understanding for the behavior, why he behaves the way he does. No? Yung ganyan ba. So when they come to me with more personal problems, I would have the better understanding, kaya pala ito laging absent kasi, he could not really get up from bed kasi because of the heaviness ng kanilang issue sa bahay. Probably the parents were in a constant conflict, no? And a lot of other issues, mostly arising from the home, no? So that's one. Another challenge is to be able to encourage students to focus on academic requirements amidst all personal, social, and spiritual issues. So in our context now, teachers have to be prepared for instances that some students will manifest problems that could be having the roots at home. So what will you do? Do we also need to have the school counselors meeting students online? Do we have to have the program of the guidance and counseling office included in the online academic system?
Right,
So one concern or one issue that has to be raised, if we should deal better with other issues of our students other than school requirements and grades. Okay, and the last challenge, yung to come to them not only as academic mentors but personal coaches, as for the teachers, and spiritual advisors and counselors to guide and inspire.
Mhm. Mhm.
So this is in the absence of guidance counselors or as working hand in hand with the guidance office, the teachers should be able to um, perform this task as well. Somehow, no? To learn the skill, no? Kung paano kang makikinig sa mga estudyante mo when
Mhm.
they begin to tell you, kasi ma'am, ano po wala na nga po kaming pambili ng load, kaya po, ganyan, 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 no? So, and
Kailangan pala
even when they are having difficulty, oo, yes, yeah.
Yeah, kailangan pala our teachers or online teachers should be able to be trained as well as not only as yung nga, academic mentors,
Right.
but personal coaches, teacher advisors, and counselors.
Mm-hmm.
Kasi not the counselor cannot be with them also, no. So it's really the teachers who
Right.
are seeing them face to face online pala
Oo.
and
Mm-mm.
discover what's happening to them, no.
Mm-mm.
I mean, it's a different environment, but you really need to have these teachers equipped with the skill to be able to listen, no? To listen with
Exactly.
their, not
Oo.
only the ears, with the heart and the mind, no?
Right. Right.
Um,
Oh,
it's hard also to feel or feel a person online. Di ba mas difficult yan, Miss May, to
yeah, it's much
feel the
difficult.
person online, but there
Mm-mm.
has to be a way that you will see that, no? See that in a
Mm-hmm.
person, especially online. Napakahirap, no?
Yeah,
This online, in fact, is you do online counseling, right? You do that.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, and your platform is Zoom or is it any other platform? Is it
Mostly messenger, Miss Yang.
Messenger? Oo.
Mm-mm.
So, minsan, nagsasalita si student tapos bigla ka na lang mag-freeze bigla, no? Kasi yung internet, iba. So, it's so hard. Ano na lang, messenger,
Very slow
messenger.
yung internet
Or
connection.
so, kala mo meron siyang sakit na iba pa, yung pala, slow lang talaga siya. Slow lang
Yeah.
talaga ang kanya. So, we should have another session siguro, no? How to train teachers, how to
Right. Oo, actually,
find
kasi,
out.
sila yung more exposed sa mga
Oo.
bata.
Oo.
And some schools would not even have counselors, no?
I know, yeah,
Yeah.
that's why.
Or meron man, mga hindi sila licensed, yung ganyan, because
That's
probably
true.
of the budget as well. No? And
That's
very
true.
limited talaga ang counselors sa Philippines.
Ay,
So,
nako.
we have
So,
to train teachers really how
yeah,
to
yeah. O
counsel.
sige, tuloy natin yung isa pang question natin, but that's a very
Okay.
valid input, no? Yung
Right.
dapat
Yeah.
buo ang tingin natin sa mga estudyante. All right.
Okay.
Could you give some tips for teachers and also for parents, because I'm sure some parents are listening to us right now, on how to help improve mental health among our children when school starts, or actually ngayon school has started. So what are these
Mm-hmm.
tips? Some tips.
Okay. So, kung nabasa natin kanina yung mga thoughts and feelings ng ating mga estudyante, you would see really the problem. Usually, they are originating from the home, no? Pag nagpapa-parenting seminar ako, I would always tell parents to make the home a place where their children would love to come home to, no? Kaya, we could not really blame children na gusto nila nasa friends, nandun sa kapitbahay, nandun sa mga barkada. Because with those people, they feel accepted, they feel na hindi sila biniblame, hindi sila kinakondemn, ginajudge, things like those. So, pag uwi niya, ayan na naman, no? So, saan ka na naman galing? Wala ka nang ginawa,
Oh,
And
yan ang problema dyan.
line goes on and on. Oo, so, that I really was able to confirm with a survey that I I did, no? Yun pong mga ba't hindi sila mapakali this time ng pandemic, no? Being confined at home, no? Seeing your situation 24 hours a day, every day, no? Na yun na lang na yun. Parang, they want to really end this situation at
Yes.
makalabas na, no?
Yes, that's
So
right.
to help them, no, if you could read there, creating home as an environment of safety, fun, growth, and where children feel the sense of belonging and
Yeah.
worth. No?
Yeah.
We have to create that environment for them. Kasi it's really difficult na as it is. Tapos ganun pa yung environment at home. So we might as well do something na you know, to lessen the loneliness, the boredom, the anxiety for them. So first, we need to implement structure, no? And we have to be consistent. So we allow them, no, to have a structure daily, no? Kung ano ba yung what are the activities for the day, no? But of course, not really so rigid with the structure. There has to be flexibility somehow. In this way, pag may structure, they feel that they have control. No? Kasi yun na nga eh, with this pandemic, parang wala kang control about so many things. No? So at least the structure would help them somehow have that sense of control in them. No? Secondly, ito very important, no, that we adults manage their emotions, no? Lalo na yung mga magulang. No? So, we monitor or we teach them to regulate social media use as well. No? So, yun bang when adults would be seen as um, people who can, you know, in the midst of stressful situation, could still manage to calm down and think, no, what could be done better or
Yes.
what do we still have, anong pang resources meron tayo, yung ganun ba.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
right.
We lend them our calm rather than our chaos. Yeah. So, you know, children really are watching, no, how we respond to situations, lalo na mga stressful events, no. So that's one thing. Another, it's good that we spend time, we give attention to our children. O kung more than one yung anak mo, no, lalo na you take time with each one, no. Importante yung feeling that they are attended to, that they are important, no.
Yeah.
Kasi it's really difficult na they are not in constant contact with their friends who provide them that feeling most of the time, no? Na sila ay they belong, yung ganyan. So schedule dates with each child if possible, no? Kahit na 15 minutes lang yan, 20 minutes, no? Just to give him that feeling that he is important. Very, very, ano yan, crucial. Sometimes, yun yung nararamdaman ng mga bata. That's why they cannot stand the sight of home, no? Dahil they feel that they are not valued, no? So spend time with each child that you have. And next, yung sense of belonging and connection be maintained, no? So we involve our children, no? Sa mga activities sa bahay, no? And siguro when you're cooking, you call a child or call them, no, to help with activities, yung ganyan ba? Ganda yung you are connected with each one, no, sa mga anak mo, and you give equal treatment, no. Ito yung mga issues na masakit para sa mga anak, no, na you know, you cannot stand the sight of your mom and a sibling na feeling mo ay favorite niya, yung ganyan ba?
Favoritism. Oo.
Oo, di ba?
Right. Oo.
So these are the issues, no, na sometimes we do not even know that it is an issue within a person.
That's true.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
Very true.
Yeah. And at home, no, it's good that we lighten up. We use humor. Kasi the pandemic is really heavy on itself, no? So we try to lighten up, no? Kung ikaw yung magulang na palagi na lang ang laman ng bibig mo or ang lumalabas sa bibig mo ay maglinis kayo, ang dumi-dumi.
Tama. Oo. Mahirap
Diba?
yun sa pandinig mo every single day, no?
Right.
Wala kang
Diba?
kawalan. Walang kawalan.
Oo. That's the reason why some children would rather stay inside their room, no? Ayaw
Yes.
yun lalabas. Lalabas na lang yan para mag-CR, lalabas para
Para
kumain.
kumain.
Tapos dadalhin yung food niya sa kwarto niya ulit. You know, those things.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And chances are hindi ka maka-influence sa anak mo because for the whole day he's not there, no, sa labas. Nandun siya sa kwarto.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
we use humor. We play with them, we cuddle, we sing with them, kahit ano pa yan, no? So we have to make time for them, no? And do common activities with them. So, siguro pag break or pag katapos ng classes nila, no? We do that.
Yeah.
And we have to be mindful what we say, no? Or what we do not say also. No? Be mindful what we say kasi, children are really very much sensitive with words. No? Some would not really show that. No? Minsan kala mo okay lang sa kanila, no? Na tinawag mo sila, ay nako, ang mali na naman. Mga simpleng words like that. No? So, with all these issues going on, makikinig pa yan ng news, puro negative. No? And here you are, nagging sa anak mo.
Yeah.
So it adds to the anxiety, to the boredom, sa loneliness nila. No? So we have to be very, very careful and mindful. No?
Yeah.
And also mindful of what we do not say. No? Sometimes we really are not sensitive that we are not connecting to them. Kasi you do not even say, kamusta na anak? No? Or natapos yung maghapon na you do not even say, I love you, anak. Assurances ba? Words of assurances,
Right. That's right.
Yeah. Sometimes, one I love you lang would last them a whole day.
A whole day, oo.
Oo, parang vitamins na siya. That's good for a day, diba? Yeah, those things, no? Minsan kamakamusta ka lang ng mama mo or papa mo, diba? Would really make your day. Yeah. And lalo na kung minsan mo lang nagagawa, no? So we have to be careful that we do not miss out on those things, no? Okay. So let me show you this, no? It says there, kids learn by imitating. No? This speaks about yung managing the emotions among adults. No? Kids learn by imitating. Most often, they will follow your lead in how they deal with anger, solve problems, and work through difficult feelings.
That's right.
Yeah, so children are good. Yeah, children are good imitators. So give them something great to imitate.
Right.
Yeah, very important. And manage your emotions. Lend them not your chaos, but your calm. No?
Nice.
So they learn. They learn from us. No? Okay. So minsan nga, di ba, mga bata natapon yung gatas because of the small hands that are holding on the glass. No? Tapos natapon. So right away, the child would look at your face and wait
for your emotion,
Yeah, for your emotions, no? Magdidilat ba yung mata mo? Masisigaw ka ba? Or you'll just calmly say, oh, okay lang yan. Let's make another glass of milk for you. Ganyan, di ba?
Right.
So, they learned from us, no? And even in difficult moments like this pandemic, no? Pagka ikaw lagi na lang naririnig sa'yo ng anak mo would be like, nako, wala nang trabaho, wala na tayong makakain yata sa mga susunod na buwan, parang
binigyan mo pa siya ng problema.
Oo, dinadagdagan mo yung problema niya.
Dinadagdagan niya.
Yeah, so, yeah. Dito sa bahay, no, what we do is, lalo na nung nag-pandemic, the good thing about this pandemic, we had our family prayer time, no? So, every night yon. And mostly, I would be the one to lead I would always mention about God being in control, God being sovereign, yung ganyan ba, that we are dependent upon His grace, upon His protection, upon His provision, yung ganun ba. So, it is like instilling in their minds, no? Yung trusting God, no? Yung ganyan,
Yes,
that
yes.
we have to be really dependent upon Him for everything, yung ganon, so that it would lessen their anxiousness ba? That there is a God who is in control, that there is a God who is
Right.
bigger than any problem that we have.
That's
It's
right.
amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's family really, the family is really the basic unit of
Right.
society that has to
Oo,
be
totoo
intact,
yan,
no?
Miss Yan.
At
Oo, it's
lalo na
considered
ngayon
family.
nangyari sa pandemic, we
Mm,
are forced to be with our families, which
right.
is good, no? Very good for
Oo
us,
eh.
no?
Minsan ang tanong nila, bakit ba nangyari to? Ba't ba inalaw ng Lord ito, no? But, if you would come to think of it, probably God is redirecting us.
Yes,
So, kasi
towards the
we have
family
been,
once more.
neglecting family.
That's right. That's true.
Right?
I believe in that. I think that's
Ayan.
the positive outcome of this all.
Oo, we were given the leisure of time to be with them. Dati
Yes.
wala kang panahon ngayon. Diba?
Sobra.
Make use of the time.
Yes.
Pag bumalik na naman sa normal, di ba? At least, no? You could
Mamimiss
say,
mo yung time na yan. Ayan.
oo, di ba? Yeah.
Very
Right.
true. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
So that's about
I like
question
this
number
one
4.
that you sent, gave us na lend your calm. Bago sa akin yan, lend your calm.
Yeah.
Be sure that makita mo na kalma ka. Kasi kapag papanik ka, pati
Right.
siya panicky.
Oo Yung
Oo.
influence mo ba sa anak mo?
Yeah.
Diba?
And the environment, which is the home right now, no? Wala naman iba, just the home. It's part of their schooling, di ba, Miss May?
Right.
It's part of their schooling. Kasama yan as a teacher to the student.
Right.
No? So when we talk about being calm or making sure that you are included, your parent, your teacher, your siblings are included in being calm as well, right?
Right. Oh.
All right. So let's ask again. Let's ask the 5th question, Miss May. As a teacher and experienced counselor, what tips can you give for teachers to also safeguard and improve their own mental health? Yan, important yan. Kasi,
yeah, importante itong part na to, no?
Yes, yeah,
so,
okay.
There are various tips that we could give teachers, no, to improve on their own mental health, no? Unang-una, that they control the controllable during COVID-19, no? So we have to, as teachers, let go of all that could be beyond our control, no? Otherwise, you will just be consuming energy more than you should, no? Yung energy that should be used for other tasks within your scope. Yan. So, let go, no? Kung hindi mo control, let go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oo. May mga bagay kasi na within your control, yan, okay lang yan, no? But usually, we are so anxious about so many things na hindi naman natin makontrol. Okay. Next, we have to carve out time for self-care to maintain your mental health, no, as teachers. So, this could mean the me time, no, self-caring, doing things that give you pleasure. May mga hobby ka ba dyan? Do you plan, no? Or anything that gives you pleasure. Good diet also. Healthy relationships, no? Well, of course, alam natin yan, sometimes there are relationships, minsan within the home na hindi maayos. So, we'll try to, alam mo yun, do something about it, no? Kasi they are adding to your stress. No? So right. Journaling, journaling, it will also help, and enough sleep is very important. So that's self-caring. Number 3, get your body moving to help your mental wellness. No? So this could mean exercising daily, no? Certain helpful chemicals are released to regulate or to stabilize the mood. Yan. Or this could also mean just moving around your house, no? Or taking a walk around your neighborhood. Yan. But of course, obeying physical distancing recommendations, of course.
Right,
Yeah.
that's right.
Mm-mm. So, galaw-galaw, sabi nila pag may time.
Galaw-galaw. Zumba,
Oo,
mag-Zumba sila.
mag-Zumba, pwede.
Yes, oo.
Oo, marami online, di ba?
Oo,
Yeah.
marami yan.
Oo.
Ginagawa natin yan. Always.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, number 4, model self-compassion. Ayan.
Self-compassion.
Oo. So, yung bang kind self-talk, yan, no? Sometimes, ang kaaway mo, yung sarili mo din, no? When sometimes you would catch yourself telling yourself na ikaw kasi, mali ka na naman. Sabi na nga ba eh. Diba? Yung mga ganun ba? Ang bobo ko kasi. You know, yung mga ganyan.
Oo, be kind to yourself. Okay.
Be kind to yourself. Oh. And we should have the growth mindset. No? What could be good doing? Maganda tong seminar na to. Or, mga ganyan ba? Or engage in very healthy, productive conversation with people. Yung mga ganyan. No?
That's right.
Self-compassion. And number 5, set reasonable expectation. Not only for others, but also for yourself. No? So we have to acknowledge that it is not business as usual. No? Ngayon, itong panahon na ito ng pandemic, things are going to be different, and that's okay. No? So there is no way that you can be all things to all people all the time. No? Of course, yung mga teachers na yan, they are also mothers, they are also wives, they are also community, sometimes yung mga community helpers pa dyan, like kahit teacher na sila, they have other engagements outside the community, no?
That's right.
Yung ganyan. So, yeah. And be setting small but realistic goals and expectations around what you could actually be capable of doing. So you will be setting yourself up to feel much more fulfilled and help maintain your mental health. So reasonable expectations. Sometimes yun talaga yung very frustrating when you set very high standards on the self and others.
Yeah.
No? Mas mataas yung expectation, mas masakit yung pagbagsak eh.
Yes, yes. Oo, kasi mataas ang hinahangad mo, and then all of a sudden, right. We set out plans, di ba, we set our plans and goals, but we should also realize that these are very changing times, no? And our goals can change also in the changing times. Ang dami birthday na hindi naman nag-celebrate, milestone, hindi na natuloy. We have a friend na nag-16th birthday na wala lahat ng kanyang preparation because nga last year pa siya nag-reserve ng hotel and all that. Wala na. Nawala bigla.
So, daming ganyang stories, no, these days.
Yes. So,
yung anak ko nga, graduate ng engineering, no? Sabi niya, after 5 years of studying, wala daw siyang graduation.
Diba?
Very frustrating for people talaga.
It's sad also, no? But
it's sad.
I like what you said, na talaga we should set it, and that's also part of keeping ourselves sane, no? Yung setting your expectation and
to keep our sanity, no?
To keep our sanity and make sure also na kahit maliit, at least realistic ang goal natin. Hindi na yung
kailangan realistic. Right.
Nawala lahat ang plano, no?
Di ba nabura nga yung summer nitong year na sa talent.
Yes, nabura ang summer, nabura lahat ng party. Nabura lahat.
Right.
So, ang hindi lang nabubura, yung yung ating stand to be able to continue with our lives. No?
Right.
Hindi pa nabubura yan.
Yan, walang pagkabura yan.
Wala.
Right.
And these are very good tips for us teachers, no? Kasi talagang we should be able to keep ourselves also sane,
Mm-mm.
to be able to take care of ourselves, to be mindful of what
Yeah.
we think, no?
Right.
Going to our next question, and this is the sixth question, no? Teachers are so stressed nowadays, no? Like you are stressed, Miss Nick,
Mm-hmm.
no? Are there ways to manage stress, especially when there are limitations due to the pandemic? Yung bang kulong na sila, hindi naman lumalabas, kung hindi mag-grocery o pumunta sa palengke, they're so confined as teachers, and then they have to face their class the next couple of days or weeks. How do they handle the stress that's happening to them nowadays? Teacher, Miss May, how do they do that kaya?
Yeah. Let me go back to my
Yeah, your slide.
my slides. I mean. Yeah. Okay, so we're here, no?
Yes, that's right.
Next question. Right.
Yes,
Sorry for that.
that's okay.
Okay. I lost my slide. Okay, here. So we are on our sixth question.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so teachers are so stressed nowadays, no? Okay.
Dami silang
And
stress.
yeah, oo, kailangan ma-manage talaga yung stress, no?
Mhm.
First, I have this uh, managing stress during the pandemic, and it's an MECQ of
Oh, yes.
managing stress.
Yes.
Okay. So the M would stand for moving air in and out of your lungs. So you have to inhale and exhale. When you are so stressed, you have to, take a pause.
Breathe, breathe. Yeah.
Breathe, yeah, breathe. That's breathing, no? And until such time that you would feel na you are beginning to relax, no? Yung mga muscles mo nagre-relax again. No? That would really help. And M also stands for me time, no? Just what you mentioned earlier. Kailangan natin yun, no?
Mm-mm.
Okay. And then, when you are so stressed, yung letter E would stand for I set on the present. Okay. So, we are most of the time anxious about so many things from the past and even things of the future, no? So, they do not help, actually, kasi, there's nothing that you can do with the past nor with the future, no? So, you have to set your eyes on the present. Ano nga ba ang nangyayari ngayon, no? And then, what can I do about my situation at present? Yun lang yung kaya mo pang, and yun lang yung importante at the moment, no? So, a lot of times we are anxious about, naku, paano kaya bukas? Baka gano'n na naman yung connection. Baka wala na naman yung mga estudyante, they just add up to your stress, no? Sa
That's right.
anxiety mo. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I set on the present. The letter C would be change perspective, no? Positively, no? So when there is nothing much that you can do to change your situation, no? You might as well look at the brighter side of things and see opportunities probably for growth where you are, no, at the moment. So, like, when you are stuck in a traffic, no, ano bang magandang gawin na lang habang nandito ako, di ba?
That's right.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, tingnan mo na lang how you could make use of your time, no? Rather than ranting and grumbling, complaining about your situation. No? So change perspective positively. So that could help you lessen your stress. No? Yung bang acceptance of your situation. That's really the first step. No? Okay. And letter Q would stand for quit being a control freak. No? Kanina na-mention natin yan. No? So you will unnecessarily be too tired when you try controlling everything. No? Nakakapagod talaga yon when you are a control freak.
Pero
And
meron
another
ganyan
tip,
talaga, meron talagang ganyan, no? They can't
uh,
help but
yeah,
control their environment, control their
mm-mm,
mood. Pero
right.
it's ano it's hard to do that because you really don't
It's
have
hard
any
to do that
control
really. It's
over
really impossible, no?
COVID. You
Be in
don't have any
control of
control.
everything,
Yes,
right?
that's right.
Mm-mm. Yeah. So we have to learn, no, how to do that such a way na which would help us lessen the stress in our system.
Kumbaga, let go and
Let
let
go.
God. Yes, let
Yes,
go and
let
let
go
God.
and let God.
Yes.
Exactly. Yung letter Q could also be for be the quiet spirit too, no? You
Yes.
mentioned that earlier. It gets more worrisome and depressing kasi when you hear your own voice and everyone else's voice anxious over many things, no? So
Mm.
we share our quiet spirit and initiate calm, no? So you will slowly notice that your calm gets contagious, no? Nakakahawa yan.
Nakakahawa. Sana yun ang
Oo.
nakakahawa, hindi yung COVID.
Hindi yung virus.
Yes, yung calmo, yung calm.
Right.
Tama
Oo.
yan. That's true.
Correct. Okay. So, that's it, no?
Yun. I like I like what you said about talagang you set your eyes on what is on the present because you don't know really what the
Oo.
future will hold
Right.
on. It's connected also to kanina sinabi yung to just lower your expectation, no? Because
Expectation. Yeah.
if you set your eyes on too high, babagsak ka talaga. And
Babagsak
yet,
ka eh.
yes, and yet
Mm-mm.
your perspective should be on a positive note lagi. Kasi ngayon, daming negative daming negative.
Oo.
So,
Kaya nga kailangan mag-limit ka na rin ng screen time, no?
I know, screen
Yeah.
time for
Ano,
teachers kasi
so,
teachers are really,
uh,
they're really part of the world of learning, but
mm-mm.
if they're stressed out because of this pandemic, they cannot share what they don't have inside of them also. No?
Right.
And it will show at least when they're actually teaching, the negativity
Mm-hmm.
will just come out and students will just catch that, no? Will just catch
Right.
it.
Yeah.
And mahalata sila na talaga.
Mahalata. Yeah.
Makita yan on screen, no? And of course, quiet, being a control freak will also be. May kilala ako talagang control freak. So,
Oh, yeah.
kailangan talaga quiet ka na lang.
Nakakapagod siguro yun.
Nakakapagod nga. Tremendously. So, that's actually very good tips for teachers. I'm sure the teachers who are listening and even the parents who are listening right now have gathered so many wonderful tips about what to do with stress and how to deal with it, whether it is with yourself or with your environment, the people around you, or even with your students. It's very important that you communicate or you talk about these things para at least ma-release yung ating mga questions about it. And indeed, yes, if you have questions about mental health, our dear teachers and parents, if you have questions about mental health and concerns about your students or anything you want to know more about dealing with how our minds should be during this pandemic, then you can probably send us some questions and comment to us. And better still, you can also reach out to Miss May and her group. Actually, she's
Yeah.
part of a group called the AMARA Counseling and Training Center. And what is that particularly, Miss May? Can you talk about that and probably invite our teachers or parents or students to
Yeah.
reach
Okay.
out to
Yeah.
you?
Miss
Yes.
Kiam, thank you for that, no?
Yeah.
So teachers, parents, students, I am part of AMARA, Counseling and Training Center, no? And this is another tip for teachers, lalo na, no, these days, that when you feel overwhelmed, when you feel like you do not know how to handle your situation anymore, some might be thinking about harming themselves, you know, yung umaabot ka na sa ganung point, then this is already a time for you to seek professional help, no? So this group that we have, yung AMARA Counseling and Training Center, this was established 5 years ago, no? 2015. And we are actually a group of we are batchmates, no? Na we graduated from a seminary and we thought of putting up a counseling center back then. So nagsama-sama kami, we are five, no? And then this AMARA Counseling and Training Center offers counseling to individuals, even to couples, families, even groups, no? And aside from counseling, we also do trainings and seminars, no? Like this one, no? If well, dati we would usually hold seminars sa mga schools, sa mga communities, no? And churches. But now, uso naman yung webinars like this one. So you can also do that if your school would need something like this, no? Lalo na to speak on mental health or probably to train your teachers how to respond and to listen to your students the more effective way, then we can also help you with that. No? So you can actually reach for Miss Rachel de la Cruz, our executive director. Our office is located at number 3 Ligaya Street, Isidora Hills, Barangay Holy Spirit, the Quezon City. And our hotline number is 0936-921-8516.
Do you have a slide for that, Miss May? Do you have a slide for
I
that?
think I have. Sorry.
Yeah, so that they can, yeah, that's the one.
Oo. Yeah. Oo nga, no? And
take a picture of that.
Our email address is there, amaracenter2015@gmail.com. Yan.
Yeah.
So there are actually other groups also, no? Hindi lang naman AMARA. A lot of groups nowadays are offering services
I
for, kasi ang dami ngayong cases, increasing cases of depression, of major anxiety disorders, yung mga ganyan, suicidality, bipolar, and a lot of other mental health issues. So,
lalo nang dumami ngayon siguro.
Lalong dumami.
Tsunami nga.
Yeah.
Lumabas.
Tsunami, right?
Yeah.
So, the problem is hindi mo alam kung sino ang nagsasuffer because it is, it's something that you do not see right away. Minsan kailangan mo pang tanungin, kausapin for you to know that there is an issue going on.
That's right.
Inside the person. Yeah. So,
Okay.
Thank you so much for
the promotion. Thank you so much. And we hope that teachers would be encouraged, would have learned from this short, it's not a short session, but it's a sharing. We started by talking about different stress levels, different questions about how to manage stress in teachers and students, and hopefully you've learned a lot. We'd like to thank our counselor, Miss May Gomez, Marjorie Gomez, part of AMARA.
Always welcome.
And Training Center, and hopefully we can ask you again to join us or help us in training our teachers soon lang. Sana.
My pleasure.
Yes, and I just have one last question for you, Miss May. How can you say that you are blessed?
That you are blessed?
Yes, that you are blessed.
How can I say that I am blessed?
Yes.
Well, it is being blessed for me is more than feeling blessed. It is actually knowing that you have a God whose nature is to bless.
Yes.
I think that would suffice, no? Yung bang, it doesn't actually need to be felt. Sometimes you don't feel blessed, pero you are receiving a lot of blessings actually.
Yes.
Just to be able to, to embrace the fact that God is a God who blesses, whether we deserve it or not. You are blessed.
Very well said. Know that your God blesses you, and that's enough, no?
Right.
So with that, dear teachers, we hope that you are blessed. Tell us if you need other things that we need to learn. And we leave you, Miss May and myself. This is Yam de la Cruz from My Messiah Publishing House. We pray and ask that, we hope and pray that you will be blessed as well the coming week as we start the class. God bless us all. Thank you so much.
God bless.
May.
Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye.